Margaret Kuhlman of Soul Astrology. This new moon is in Gemini. Mercury is right on the North Node. Mercury ruling Gemini, of course, and making two major aspects. One is a trine to Saturn, making his slow way through Aquarius. The other connects to Chiron in Aries, making a triangle, a smooth flow of energy between the three. Chiron is slowly making his way through Aries over these years, pointing out the needs of individuals with a tendency to be quite strong in claiming one's rights, very aware of the damage that can come to individuality from putting the group first. The way that Aquarius puts the group first is to accept the individual nature of people and allow them to be themselves within the group. The old way of being a group is to subsume all the individuals into the group, so that everybody has to behave the same, has to want the same things, and anyone who's different is outside the group, not accepted. This is the old Pisces way. Saturn is endeavouring to bring in the Aquarian way, where individuals count. And this month perhaps is an opportunity to express that in ways that can be accepted. Very much about ideas and communicating those ideas amongst us all. Lots of possibilities, and delivered with a sense of control, personal control, recognizing the importance of the words used and not wanting to deal with any fluffing or fudging of issues. However, the new moon itself is in Taurus, and here we've got again two connections. The strongest is the sextile, the green line, to Neptune. And the other connection joining into that triangle is Pluto. So this smooth flow of energy has to do with the Earth herself and all practical issues. Trees don't exactly speak, and I feel that they are the representation of Earth. They sort of speak for Earth, they speak for nature, but not in words. So it's important that we be sensitive and tune in to find out what's needed in nature. And of course our bodies are our piece of nature, our bit of Earth. We must care for them. We must treat our bodies with respect. And this includes the emotions, because the hormonal cocktail running through our system is affected moment by moment by how we feel. Stress and fear secrete hormones into the bloodstream, affecting the whole body. And with the Neptune connecting to Sun and Moon, it's showing us clearly being very open and susceptible to everything that's floating about. The sea of human emotion. We are in touch with it as we are in touch with the Earth and everything that grows and moves on her. And the connection to Pluto means that we are particularly aware this month of the deepest things that need changing. This is not about tuning into surface matters. It's tuning into real deep needs. These two triangles are not connecting to each other directly or comfortably. A lot of squared relationships, a lot of red lines going on there. The strongest of these is between Chiron and Mars. Mars linking well to Uranus, Uranus being square to Saturn. When Mars links so exactly to Uranus, we can reckon on surprises. In earth and water, it's very much about the emotions. Historic emotions, given Cancer's focus in the family, the ancestors, our emotional history. Mars is the energy that drives things, the motivation force. And being uncomfortable with Chiron suggests that family issues may rise up. The individual in the present not wanting to be contained by old habit patterns and traditional family agreements. And yet it's these very emotions that are liable to spill out suddenly. And I feel it's the quincunx between Mars and Saturn that hold things steady. That realization that it's the human family, it's the family of being, it's life itself, nurturing on all levels, caring what happens to every tiniest part within the whole of it. The Sun and Moon and Neptune don't have a lot to do with all that, this quiet realization of earthly needs. And yet there is an almost exact square to the point between Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. So it's the combination of Saturn and Jupiter that the Sun Moon are struggling with, pointing out for us to see. Jupiter has passed Saturn earlier this year and is making a very fast move towards Pisces, in fact entering Pisces on the 13th of May, which could be the helping factor. It's as though up until now our expansion has been towards what we perceive as possible, what we dream as possible, and Saturn is following along slowly, coming almost to a standstill. Jupiter goes into Pisces, drawing back our attention to the need to be aware of all of it, to hold the wholeness as the background to everything we decide, just to tune in to the whole of our life, not just the bits and pieces day by day, not looking for meaning exactly, but looking for that safe place where one can relax and expand. It draws us towards our own inner spirit, if we will go that way. On the 23rd of May, Saturn begins to retrograde. On the 29th of May, Mercury retrogrades for another 20 days, which he does 3 times a year. In June, Jupiter retrogrades as well, going back into Aquarius in August. So this pull to the spirit that we have in the next couple of months is a taste of what could be. Pisces, of course, can be very confusing if you're not aware of the spiritual pull. It's not that we have to do anything. We have to relax and let spirit show the way. At the full moon on the 26th of May, Sun and Moon are both on the nodal path, which is of course an eclipse, which just brings an intensity to the situation, emphasizing what's happening. Venus reaches Mercury just before Mercury begins to retrograde, so they will cross. Very, very much about relating, what we say in relationship. Lots of people, meeting people, things to say. But the square to Neptune shows the vulnerability that has developed, the likelihood of misinterpretation of what's said, a feeling of loss and betrayal even. With Mars at that point trining Neptune, that sensitivity will bite deep. We need to give each other space and time to regroup. We need to take care with what we say. There is so much conflict of ideas, beliefs being polarized, and each one grappling to find the truth. Our best way is to go forward not knowing. Be prepared to be surprised. Be prepared to find that it's not necessarily one way or the other, but something quite different, quite other. So, this month is very much about taking care of the practicalities of our life, particularly our own physical expression. Those who are most sensitive among us, those who are empathic to the needs of others, need to spend more time giving that attention to their own needs. And those who are good at taking care of their own needs may find this a good month for putting down their guard, letting go of being defensive. And let us all meet on even ground. With the full moon being in Sagittarius, there are lots of possibilities for fun, entertainment, partying, enjoyment. So let the spirit of inquiry and enjoyment guide your conversations. Thank you. All things are still possible when the light shines through a rising heart onto an open mind. Good seed ideas are planted among the weeds of heavy thought. You will know which seeds they are by how you feel when contemplating them. Joy is the guide. Not how fast they grow or how pretty they are. Only your heart's joy will grow what you deeply desire. So cultivate joy and be nourished